Welcome to the FaceTime with God podcast. I'm your host, Kay Farrar, and yes, you have tuned in to the right place because we're bringing Christ to the culture and the culture to Christ because the gospel's not for old times, it's for all times. So we've got relevant topics, real people, and we're starting right now. All right, so, Lady Ann, did you say you want to come back, or are you good?
Yeah, I do want to answer that question because I know you talked about it from an educational standpoint of view. But I think I want to talk about like the mentorship part of it because you said, what can we do for these parents? But I think a lot of it has to do with them just not knowing how to parent their child. And so a lot of it comes from what you see on TV or maybe just being in bad relationships. So you just do enough to just get by. So what do a lot of parents do now? They put the tablets in the kids' lap and they sit there and they let the kids watch the tablets for hours and hours. So the tablet becomes like a babysitter. So you don't even have to hire a babysitter. You can just let the tablet watch the kid. So I think a lot of, if more younger parents had mentors, had other adults that could help them to give them the tools that they needed to help raise their children, to help raise their children in a way where that children can grow up to be a respectable person and that can become a person of integrity and that love the Lord. I think it would make a big difference for them because parenting would actually get easier for them. And it wouldn't be so hard. And so because when you don't know what you're doing and you're allowing other things and other people and social media and TV to raise your child, it's almost like you're raising somebody that you have no idea who that is because that child is becoming a part of everything that they see and everything that they hear.
That's good.
So that's why a lot of these things need to be cut out and it needs to be censored and they need to have like a certain amount of time. Like you can be on your tablet for 30 minutes or an hour or whatever. And not only that, but I need to know what you're watching because everything that these children are watching is getting into their eye gate, their ear gate.
Yes.
Get into their psyche. So what do? In turn, they start acting these things out. So what they see in the movie that they just watched, whenever their parents says something to them, they're going to get a response that they saw, in the show that they watched. So I think that if younger adults had mentors, even as mothers, if they had single parents, if they had mentors, somebody that would actually take them and say, let me show you, how to talk to your child. Let me show you how to pray over your child. Let me show you how to prepare meals. Let me show you how to clean house.
How do you get mentors for all of these parents? One of the things that I wanted to, that's why I have you here, honestly, as a part of my certified grandparent programming, I want to go to a clip of these interviews, and that can be almost in a way like a mentoring session. Really. Virtually, and then whoever looks at the program will get some nuggets because otherwise how do we handle it? So with that in mind, I'm gonna hit a few things, and you touched on a little bit, but we're gonna use your paddles for these and just address a couple things, and then I was trying to keep track in my mind the list that you just made, but I'm gonna see if we can come back to that list as well. All right, but the first one is, so you can thumbs up if it's good and you agree with it, or thumbs down if you don't, and you can give a quick answer as to why or why not. Both don't have to answer, whoever wants to add to it. But first is just a reaction. All right, so a common thought today is that it's good to let kids figure out life on their own. Thumbs up or thumbs down?
As in we agree with it or disagree?
Thumbs up is you agree, thumbs down is you don't? Okay. Now, that seems so obvious to you all. But if I talk to people in this current generation, they really do, they don't want you to put boundaries around each other. No, just let them Okay, as long as they're not jumping in the oven, just let them. Okay, they're gonna fall, and just let them fall, or they're gonna, just let them figure it out. Let them see what color they like, and let them see what kind of clothes they want to put on, and let them, let the child. So it is very prevalent now. Why do you feel? Whoever wants to address, why not? Why not let that happen?
Because a child does not even know what to do. They don't even know themselves. So how are you going to just put it on them like you figure it out? Why even give them that?
Yeah.
A child, believe it or not, a child really wants direction. A child wants organization. A child wants somebody to teach them how to do things the proper way. So when you say, "Oh, you figure it out yourself," that's just like sending them out into like the wild blue yonder or whatever, and just helping them, assisting them to make a lot of mistakes that's not necessary. So I think that they need the guidance, they need the help. Sometimes they need you to tell them what they need to do and what they don't need to do, because they don't have all the answers.
Yeah.
And so even as parents, like sometimes we don't even know we don't have all the answers. But as Christian parents, when we don't, we pray about it, seek the answers, and then find the solutions, and then move on.
Yeah. And to me, it's almost like, why would you do that to your child? Because guess what? If you don't want to tell them, what you're saying is, kids down the street, they're going to tell them some stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Neighbors, maybe.
Right.
The television. Everybody's telling them. So
Yes.
why don't you, as a parent, set those parameters and tell them what's right from wrong?
Yes.
That's
All right,
true.
I'm going to give you another thumbs up, thumbs down. All right, this is a scenario. High school prom is coming up. Okay? The parents know that there's going to be drinking and drugs at the prom. They let them go head on because it's the prom. It's their senior year, senior prom. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Why not?
Drinking,
All right.
drugs.
It's senior prom, because all senior proms, I mean, unless you're in a Christian school or a very special place, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but there's going to be drinking and drugs and God knows whatever else.
At the prom or at the
Sex
after
and
party?
trains and everything else. After party. Okay, good point.
Yeah.
After party. Well, but if they go, okay. All right, yeah, after the prom.
I think it goes back to the other question, the parameters that you set. But even so, the scripture tells us to warn the righteous as well as the unrighteous. You warn the righteous so they don't forsake their righteous deeds.
Okay.
So you still remind them, okay, this is going to happen, that's going to happen. You may see this, you may see that. Don't put yourself in. But you can't wait until the day of
Right.
to
That's
set those
good.
parameters.
Yeah.
Because now we're working on our emotions. And this feels good, so we're going to go what feels good. If you haven't been instilling those things into them when they were in elementary school, then they're out there making their own choices. Their value system is off because they're listening to everybody else's value system. And other people grow up in different environments. They all don't have the same system. So it's all about, I think, teaching them what voice to hear. And if this voice at the prom is telling you something very different than your values, we're not doing that.
Yeah. So you would allow them to go to the prom because you've already trained them, and then what would you do as far as the after party? Would you just go pick them up, or tell them you got to be home by a certain time, or they're a senior? They're a senior at that point.
Our answers might be different on that one. I would say you can create your own environment for fun and invite friends to this environment
Okay.
that's conducive to you and your students and your group of students' beliefs.
So in other words, like, okay, you and your friends, why don't y'all have a Dave and Buster's party after, and y'all go all to the game shop, or
Something similar.
or to the skate thing, or to the whatever.
I agree with that.
And for the people that are like-minded, they're like, oh, here's another alternative to just going to that. Because we, as you said, if that's the way that event is going to go, we already know this is what they're going to be doing.
Yeah,
And if we're not into that, somebody's going to lure us in, spike our drink or whatever.
Yeah,
but if we go to ours and invite them, then we're control of the environment.
Would you host one for the kids? If they
Would I?
Yeah, or like coordinate, maybe not at your house, but like, okay, you get your 5 friends and we'll take y'all to the Dave and Buster's, or we'll take y'all to the skate rink or whatever it is.
This one's on you.
Because
when some of our young people,
or to dinner,
this might embarrass them. How can I say this? Because everybody's going to see this. So
choose your words carefully.
Thank you. Pray for me. I would sit on my front porch while the guys are coming to pick up my girls. I don't mean just my daughters, our daughters that are extended families. And I just sit there in my rocking chair waiting on them with Old Faithful in my hand. And I saw one event where 3 guys, they were together coming to get 3 of our young ladies to take them. And they pulled up. They sat in the car for 15 minutes before they could get out and walk up to
because they were scared to get out of the car.
Yeah, they were scared. On the front
I did.
Your rifle?
Well, I didn't say that.
Oh, you didn't say that.
No, I just said I sat there with Old Faithful.
I'm not mad.
But I was trying to send a point home that I don't play. And so yeah, I'm
not mad at it. I'm really not mad at it. What about you?
I think that I would definitely host something for them afterwards, because I'm always been about creating a safe environment for our children, not trying to take their experiences from them, still wanting them to have a good time and have fun. So I think that if that's what we needed to do, we would definitely do it. And I always, just told them, all it took was one bad experience to ruin your whole life.
Yes.
So you had to really, really be careful, who you hung out with or who you allowed your friends to be. And, and then one thing we always tell them too is evil communication corrupt good manners. So if you are doing the right thing, but you continuously hang around somebody that's not doing the right thing, eventually they're going to pull you over onto the other side. Yeah. So you got to be really careful about who you hang with, because you're going to start getting that reputation for yourself. So, just kind of like warning them about those things. But I definitely would make sure that I would host something like that after the prom to make sure that they were safe and in a good environment and still having a good time.
Yeah, that's a great alternative. It really is.
So if I can just say real quick, mindful now. We grew up in an environment where we weren't even allowed to go to the prom.
Didn't go to the prom.
Yeah.
So to get in a generation where we're talking about the after prom, what's the after prom? What's a prom? So it's a different mindset, but it's not just the young kids. I mean, the old people. Nothing like an old person that doesn't get stuff. Go to family reunions and they say, I'm not going to get caught up in the hype. I'm not, because when this person shows up and that person shows up, it's always a fight or this. And then when you, as she just said, when you surround yourself by things like that, next thing you know, you're right in the middle of it. And you say, I said I wasn't going to get involved, but now you're involved again. Yeah. So it's not just our young kids. Yeah. I think it's a mindset. We have to remind ourselves that we're going to do whatever is the right thing.
Yeah, and I love what you're saying, premeditate how you're going to handle things.
Yes.
And already plan what you're going to do and what you're not going to do, it to allow yourself to be involved in. But then also give yourself an option. Like we talked about giving children an option. Okay, what else can I do? And do that. So I love that. All right, I'm going to give you one more thumbs up, and I know these are leaning in a certain direction, but it is what it is. So, okay, here's another scenario. Thumbs up or thumbs down, and you can give me your response. And then I'm going to give you a couple more rapid fires. All right, so this is a mindset, and here's how it goes. It's fine for younger kids, preteens, to go see R-rated movies, okay? Because it's real life. And they're going to see all of that stuff anyway, whether it's violence, whether it's cursing, whether it's inappropriate behavior, nudity, sex, whatever. Okay. No, and why? Whoever wants to go.
It's not appropriate for us.
There you go.
And so why would it be okay for kids? That's one of the reasons they put ratings on certain movies, because the mind is not ready for certain things. And even as adults, when we see certain things, it allows our minds to go certain places. And as adults, we tend to lose control.
Yeah.
With lust, desire, envy, all of those things. I hate that person because I don't like what it's a movie. But we get caught up in real life.
Yeah.
This person reminds me of my cousin who did such and such. Now you hate your cousin because a movie character. That's just one.
It's one. Yeah, and I think too the things that that we see, especially as young people, it shapes their mind, their personality, their response, their reaction. It shapes all that. And so I think when they find themselves in different situations, again, going back to like the child with the laptop, when people see things like that, it gives them different ideas. Like even with all the, the movies that they have about, the murdering and stuff like that, I think a lot of that is not even good because it gives people an idea.
Yeah.
Because what it does, it desensitizes people.
That's it.
And makes them think that,
That's it.
if I do this, it's not, it's not really that bad, because everybody's doing it.
Yeah.
One of those things. So I think allowing a child to see things like that, and I agree, even as adults, like some things we just don't watch. We can watch anything that we want to watch.
Yeah.
But we don't,
Yeah.
because a lot of times you have to have that discipline, because again, you can't allow everything to get into your eye gate, your ear gate, and then before you know it, it's coming out of your mouth gate, and then you're going to start shaping your character into something that you saw on TV.
Yeah.
And so sometimes some things you just have to shut it down from the beginning. Like that's just not for me.
It's so funny. My girls that were in Bloodline, we haven't been able to do it, but I used to have them come back for my birthday party or whatever, and we were playing out the weekend, and sometimes we would do a movie, and I remember that. So we went out to a movie one time. I made them get up.
Sounds familiar, right?
First I got mad. And I tried. I said, let me see this out for these girls. Just how I'm moving now. I said, I can't take it. I'm leaving. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I really can't. I could, but I don't want to.
That's
I really
it right
don't.
there.
I don't.
Yeah.
That's right there.
I'm serious, some of the PG movies, I don't even, if they start getting off spiritually and doing crazy stuff, I'm like, never mind, y'all, never mind. Never mind, I don't waste my money.
I'm sorry. One of the phrases I've come up with that to get through some of those moments, if you don't mind things, things won't mind you. And what that means is that, that's nothing wrong with that. I don't mind if this happens. I don't mind if that happens. And then when you have an issue and you go to speak to it, things don't obey you. They don't listen to you because it's like, you're running with me, you're hanging with me. Wow. You say it's okay because you allow it. So why should I hear you say no?
Friend?
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is right
your
there.
Your partner, your cut buddy, and there you go.
Yes.
It's like, what? Wow. All right. So your parent is your first teacher. How did you prepare your kids for school? They have all finished school. Nobody dropped out. You did that 4 times, so you got a track record.
Praise God.
What did you teach them, first of all, to be prepared to go to school? Were there certain things, I know I'm jumping subjects here a little bit, but were there certain things that you required them to learn before they stepped through the door for school the first time?
Yes.
You go ahead,
What did you
Mr.
teach
Educator.
I think
To be prepared for school?
I think it starts with respect.
Okay.
First of all, respect your parents, respect yourself, and respect your sibling. So if you do something wrong, you have to learn how to fix it. You have to learn how to apologize. Apologize to your sibling because you just hit them with a board across the head. Well, they did such and such and the other. Well, let's talk about it. We taught them how to talk about what went wrong, what you did wrong, what they did wrong. We taught them how to forgive. We taught them discipline. Discipline is waking up in the morning, brushing your teeth. I think she shared in a couple of episodes. That's preparing you for what's going on in the world. It doesn't seem like it's that deep, but all those little things, combing your hair, making up your bed, all of the things. A little girl said to me, I'm going to phrase this in a way. The other day was, mommy, I don't know what it is, but something stinks. Mm-hmm. And the mother asked her, well, is it the blanket you have around your shoulder? And they smelled it, no. Smell the underarms, no. Mm-hmm. And I said to her, I said, well, the closest thing you have to your nose is your top lip. So she brushed her teeth. And so I asked her in Joel, I said, so do you smell it every time you talk? And she said, yes. I said, well, maybe I don't resemble that remark. Piece of full garlic today. But it's simple things like that we try to teach them how to
and it's so
discipline themselves.
That you go to the values and all, which is so important. Mm-hmm. So important.
Yeah.
You didn't mention something. I would bet money. I'm not a betting woman, but I would bet money you all required them to know certain things before they went to school educationally, like their numbers, their alphabet. Mm-hmm. And see, it's so second nature that you wouldn't even think about that, but I'm sure you drill that in their name, their mom and dad's name, your address where you live.
That's funny.
These were the kind of things that our parents drilled into us before. They kind of put you out there. Mm-hmm. Right. But you'd be surprised, kids who show up at school nowadays don't know the manners. Right. Or it's school preparedness. Like some basic knowledge that your colors, you sat down with the kids and taught them all this stuff before they went to school, right? Mm-hmm. And nowadays people, they don't learn it in some cases unless they learn it at school, which by that time is kind of a little late. Mm-hmm. So I need to be obedient to our schedule. I so enjoy talking with you all.
Honored to be here.
It's good and it's actually bad because it's hard. It's hard for me to just be enjoying it and running out of time on the podcast because we're out of time. Wow. We're out of time
already.
We are out of time. Wow. I wish I hadn't scheduled another guest. We are out of time, but I'm going to give you, whoever wants to go, a final word, however you all want to close this out.
You want to close?
Yeah, I will. I think one of the most important things to do, and just speaking to parents that have young children at home, make sure that child has a good foundation to be able to survive as a teenager and as an adult. And just remembering that those small things that you do around the house, that's going to go a long way. And one example I like to use is our children were not allowed to fight.
That's good.
In the house at all. So what that teaches them, you can't fight each other, which means that you can't go out in the streets and fight either. Yeah. So if you had that discipline at home, you should be able to have that discipline out of the house too. So just laying down the law with just important things like that, like no fighting. You can't talk any kind of way to your sibling, or you can't talk any kind of way to your parent, especially. Just teaching the children how to have respect for other adults. Like, what happened to no ma'am and no sir? What happened to Mr. and Mrs.? Like, small things like that will take the child a long way. So just teaching them, like, little things, because children, they want to learn. If you can learn at school, you can learn at home, too. So if the parents would just take the time to teach your child, to spend some time with them, to correct them when they need to be corrected. Don't fuss at them all the time, but take the time to talk to them. And then listen to them too. Listen to what they have to say. That's good. And then teaching them that there's a way that you can talk to me and tell me how you feel, but in a respectful manner. Right. And then that way, when they talk to other adults, they'll have that same type of respect for other adults too. It spills over into school. It spills over into church. And just in everybody that they come in contact with, that everything that they learned at home, they can use that as an adult as well.
That's good.
So good. All righty. Well, it has been another awesome time. We want to give it up to Dr. E.G. and Lady Ann Francis.
Thank you.
Colossians 3:23 and 24. And whatever you do, do it with all your heart as unto the Lord and not unto men, knowing that it's of the Lord that you shall receive the reward of the inheritance, because you serve the Lord.